Hi, this is Anne from The Useless Crafter. I'm trying out this new camera, so we'll see if it's awesome or just super distracting. All right, let's try it. So anyway, today we are doing Jasmine's tiger. I'm super excited because it's so stinking cute. I found this image of like the baby tiger, basically, right? So I brought in Jasmine. Jasmine we did at 30 inches. So if you see, this height is 30 inches. And I brought this in and I thought maybe I would make it smaller, but being a tiger and all, it could be bigger and totally makes sense, even though it's a baby. So I took it and I enlarged it to 30 inches, and I think it looks pretty good. And I love this image. Okay, so here are a couple things why I love this image. I look to see, and I feel like this face, and it only, like, look at this face. It goes around the eyes and it ends at the nose. So this piece, as long as this piece is less than 12 by 12, and then the other big piece that I saw is right here. So it's the leg, and it goes around and it stops here and it goes all the way over here. If we can get that piece to stay under 12 by 12, then you pretty much have a seamless tiger, because everything is covered. Like, I mean, the black parts, yes, we're going to have some cuts, but look how small the black is. It's just an outline. So we're going to have like, I don't know, a quarter of an inch of a cut that we can't cover here and there. It's so minor. And we can make, I am already envisioning some really pretty colors for this, like the gold for the eyes, the really bright orange for this. And I just bought this beautiful brown glitter cardstock. So I think this is going to look amazing. I will try to match the blues to what I had on Jasmine. So the only decision that we have to make is whether or not we want this little tattoo here. I don't know. I guess we'll keep it just as is. So, okay, so I think we're going to do 30 inches, and let's get started. So first thing is, let's delete Jasmine. Here is 30 inches. Now, one of the things I want you to look at is on this panel, we can basically see all the different colors that are involved. We can also see this layer right here, this black background. It is not a full background. It is just an outline. So when you have this, when you buy an SVG, it's not a big deal if it comes like this. What you need to do is you just need to duplicate the whole image. Okay. And it's taken a while. There it is. Okay. So this one's highlighted. Just weld it. You'll have to let me know in comments if my face talking is super distracting. It's distracting to me right now. So anyway, all right. So here is our black outline. I don't know why it cut right here. That's totally fine. I mean, everything is going on top of it, so it's not a big deal. All right. So now that we have this piece, we'll deal with the colors in a second, okay? So let's just start prepping this tiger to be sliced. So first thing that you do is you're going to go to shapes, get your square, and I would make this square, and I don't know if you can see my screen. Someone had asked me to enlarge this because she was having problems with changing the size of this. When you go up here, I like to do it up here. When you go to size and you go to width, I'm going to type in 11 inches, and then I'm just going to hit tab. Because it's a square, it will automatically update my height to 11 inches. And there's my 11 by 11. And I'm going to have to move this in a second. All right. Okay, so I moved my screen, so you're going to constantly see my eyes darting back and forth. Okay, we have our 11 by 11. And I just kind of want to take a peek at this. Okay. Let's go to duplicate, because you already have the 11 by 11. And then when you duplicate, instead of bringing in another one, it plops in that duplicate right next to it. So it's kind of nice to have that. Okay, so let me look at this image again. It is almost 21 inches, so perfect. So we shouldn't have to do more more than 2 squares next to each other because that would be 22, right? All right, so this one, this first square, what you do now is you go to the position feature. The position feature gives you the X and Y coordinates. So I like to deal everything with round numbers. That is why I did 11 by 11 for the cardstock as opposed to doing 11.5 by 11.5, because technically we could have gone that extra ½ inch. But I hate dealing with ½ inches, quarter inches. This project is already too detailed with too many steps. To add in that extra ½ inch is not worth my time or the money on the cardstock. So, okay, I will round these numbers up. I mean, I just plop this tiger in the middle right here. Like, it's not like it's in the corner. I'm just putting the squares down, so it's not a big deal where you put this, okay? But your first square, I just go up here and I'll round. It's telling me right now the X coordinate is exactly at 8.222 and the Y coordinate 6.222. I'm just going to make this to 8 and I'm going to tab over and I'm going to type in 6 and then tab again. So now what I told the system to go over 8 inches and go down 6 inches, and that's the start of my first square. If you want to do the math, the next square then, if this is at 8 and we go 11 over it, this should be at 19 and 6. And that will be flushed. Now, we don't really have to do that whole exercise again. I mean, a little bit. But anyway, this, this square is already highlighted. Hit your shift button, select that other square, and then go to duplicate. That way, we're duplicating a set of squares that are already flush to each other. So now we only have to make it flush to the set of squares above. So don't worry about the math. If you put this close enough to where you want it flushed with the other set, you can just go up here and round. This is at 8, and I think it's supposed to be at 8. And then this is 17.22. I will make it just 17. If you want to check the math, you can. This was at 8 and 6. So 6 plus 11 is 17. And so this is at 8:17. Okay. Let's duplicate this one more time. And let's bring it down here. And again, let's just round. So go up here. It's at 8.056. So I'll make it 8. This is at 28.167. I'm going to make that 28. All right, so we have our 6 squares all flushed. What you want to do is you want to take this tiger and go to arrange and send it to the front. And now we have this tiger up here, and we kind of move it around and make sure that we're slicing where we want to slice it. And what I mean by that is, for instance, if we had kept it here, and I'm going to make this bigger so that you can see where the seams are going to be. Okay. Do you see why I would not want to slice this here? That would give this little part of the headband, that would make this piece a little piece hanging by itself that I have to tape up later, or that we'll tape up later. Same thing with this piece. I'd rather have this whole headband be one. Where's another piece? That ear is kind of sizable, but oh, this is a good one. Do you see this little whisker or whatever this is, this tuft of fur? This would cut and you would have to go and tape it to this bigger piece. So we want to avoid all things like that. So let me reduce this back to 25%. Let's move this guy over. So if I did that, now this headpiece is all one. Let's see. I'm going to move it up. There, I think that is much, much better. Okay, and I'm going to make this bigger one more time, and I'm sorry if that gives you a little bit of dizziness. I just want to show you that I think it's a good cut. Okay, so this headband, let's see, where's that first? Oh, is that? No, that can't be. Oh, here it is. This first square is right here, and it's going to cut across the ear and up here. So this whole thing is one piece. Love it. Oh, this I don't love. This little tail is right on the border. I'm going to see if I can move this up just a little bit. Okay, So now this piece, this top right square, will be the ear and the tail, all one piece. I love that. Let's look down here. This whole piece, I don't know, the right cheek and the tail and the little butt, it's all connected. Love it. This side is the face. I'm all good there. This bottom part is the set of legs right up front. That's all one piece, and this is all one piece. This is perfect. All right, so let's go to slice it. Okay, I'm going to reduce it back to 25 so we don't have to scroll. All right. When you're slicing, you have to slice, you can only slice 2 items at one time. So one square is going to be an item and the actual image is the other item. So if you take your mouse and just catch the 2 items, we know that was good because your slice over here is available. Let me show you what's not good. If you took this and you went into the second square, that would mean it's 3 items now. You know it doesn't work because it's grayed out. Okay? All right, so let's slice this 1 square at a time. Okay, we're good. Slice this. And you see, I'm not grabbing a lot of items with my cursor. I'm just barely touching a square and the image, and then I'm done, and I'll slice. Okay. This slice feature is amazing. We're basically slicing it into 11 by 11 pieces, which means the Cricut can cut it with just 12 by 12 cardstock. I have had some questions about the size of cardstock that I prefer. You know, do I prefer 8.5 by 11 versus 12 by 12? Definitely 12 by 12, because if you do the 8.5 by 11, that means your pieces are smaller. We might have had to cut this into 3 going this way and hopefully, yeah, and 3 going down. So you're just adding more seams. You don't want that. Okay. Did I slice that? I did. Okay. So now what I like to do is I just move everything over. And the reason why I like doing that is I keep everything in order. So when I take it out off the Cricut, off the mat, I know exactly this piece goes, it's the second square in the middle, whatever, because I'm really bad at piecing together puzzles. So I give myself clues like that. I know if I see this piece, I know exactly which way it's supposed to go. I also like to get rid of my slice results. So I just highlight the whole thing, delete it. Okay, so we have this. We're all good over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to ungroup this little guy, and we're going to try to ungroup each piece too, because that way when we send it to the mat, we can make it as efficient as possible. So try to cram everything into one 12 by 12 if possible. And you want to do that because I like using glitter cardstock. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it's totally worth it. If you look on my Instagram, The Useless Crafter, and you look at the Grinch, the glitter cardstock definitely helps to hide the seams. So, and it's just so shimmery and so pretty. You're not always doing this just to do it. It's probably for a party, probably for winter decorations, Halloween decorations. That's, you know, you're only doing a few items. It's worth the money to get your glitter cardstock, but I will also help you save. And we're not going to cut something and just be totally inefficient. Okay, so let's ungroup. I'm just talking. But I want to give you all the tips. I know you don't do this all the time, so you kind of need to hear the tips each, you know, if you like this one particular image. All right, so let's take this little blue. So the way it's done here is we can't ungroup it anymore. So what we'll do is I think I will just slice this. So let's bring in a shape. Let's bring in our square. And I'm just going to duplicate a few squares over here, just in case I need it for other slicing items, okay? So let's make this square a little bit bigger, bring it over here, and we'll slice out this piece because I don't want to, well, first of all, I don't have cardstock. This wouldn't fit in the Cricut, but you don't want to cut something with all this wasted space right here. So let's slice. We're gonna, just basically separate the two items, right? So now this is by itself. This is 7 by 9. So we can cut it with a Cricut. And here's our other piece. And I don't even know what this is. It's so small. Let's see, how big is that? 1.5 inches by 1.5. I mean, it's sizable. It's that little paw patch. So, okay, it is what it is. All right, let's pull the next one. I'm okay with keeping it like this. Let's see. I want to get this other blue one. I'm surprised the blue, where is it? It's this one right here. I'm going to use my arrow key to move it out of the way so I can pull. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, here we go. So this apparently, so when you go up here, you can see there's 3 shades of blue. I don't want 3 shades of blue because I don't have 3 shades of blue in my cardstock. So I'm going to make this, because it's up here and this feather is right next to it, I'm going to make this blue from the tail and this blue the same. So what you can do is you can go to Color Sync, and you can take this and make it the same as this just by moving it. Okay, so now this is all going to cut on one piece of cardstock. So I do want to ungroup this so that I can, maybe put this piece up here, this piece over here, so I can consolidate and make this a little bit more efficient. So this is 3 pieces. Let's go to duplicate, because we're going to contour. So for however many pieces you want separated, then you need that many copies of the image. So this is 1, 2, 3 pieces. So here's my second piece and my third piece. And let's go to contour. And I'll show you how awesome contouring is. I did not know how to use contour back in the day. Back this summer, actually. Okay, hide all contours. So it hid everything, but it left this right piece of ribbon. So I'm good with that. So see, now I have my ribbon all by itself. So later when I go to cut it, I can maybe do this. Okay, so I need the circle and the left. So let's contour. If you hide all, it leaves everything but one, because if it hid everything, the whole image would disappear. Let's say I want the middle one. So I want the middle. I'm going to select it. I also want this circle, because the circle is going to cut out that middle piece. Let me undo it so you can see what it would look like. So I have my circle. I'm going to deselect this right piece because we already have it from earlier. And see, this is what I don't want, because it's a circle without, or it's an oval without the little circle in the middle. So go back to contour. Let's, oops, make this smaller. Let's add this little circle. And there it is. So here's my circle that maybe I'll put here later. And then now I just need that left piece. So go to contour, hide all. I want this piece. And we can also do it from here. So this is the piece that we just selected. We don't want this one. There. Okay. And then maybe later we can cut it. We can put it right here. And it would cut into one little square-ish, instead of like the entire paper. Okay. So our blues are done. And remember, we don't need this black image. So we could go over here, and this is the outline. Just delete it. Okay. All right. So what do we have left? We have a ton of pieces. This, I think, would almost be easier to slice. So I'll just put it aside. Look how cute those little paws are. Okay, so we have the white, the red. Okay. Let's look at these. I don't know what they were, where they were from, but let's separate these, okay? Oh, these are the eyes and something else. I don't know. So there's 3 pieces, so let's duplicate. Here's our second and our third, and let's go to contour. Make it smaller so you see. Hide all. So it left that one, but I want the middle to make it a hollow circle. So here's my middle. And then select it, go to contour. And I don't know how this works. Sometimes I go and it's super tiny. Sometimes it's super enlarged. I don't really know how that works. All right, so let's select this one, and we want the outer, and deselect this one. So that's our left, and then we just have our right one left. Now we have the right one that is still remaining. How about that? Okay, hide all, and I want that one and that one. And you'll notice, like, when I'm dealing with circles, I don't like to use this panel because I can't tell the different circles apart. So I like to select it and then deselect from over here. Did that work? No. There, deselected, deselected. There we go. Okay, almost done. Not really. Okay, our three big pieces or three sets of colors that are big, the orange, the white, and the red, or whatever color that is. Okay, our pink. Let's separate this three pieces. So let's duplicate one more. So we have three sets. Contour. Let's hide all and see what it left us. It left us the right ear, but we need, I bet we need that. Do we need that little sliver? Oh, no, we don't. Oh, duh, I should have known. There were only three images to select from. All right, so let's do the next one. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Contour. Over here, there's only three. So let's hide this one because we already had it. We want that one. Let's remove this one. So we left the left ear. So there's our left and our right, and then we want the nose. I think that's what that is. So I don't want this, I don't want this, and I left the nose. Okay. All right, so now let's take a deep breath. Oh, let's save this. We've done a lot of work, so let's save Jasmine's tiger, 30 inches. All right, and we're almost done. So wait till you see the colors I have in mind for it. I almost always use Cricut glitter cardstock because it's so shimmery and it doesn't shed. And you can get it on sale, you know, usually for at least 40% off on their website if you wait. But I did go to Joann's recently and picked the more expensive cardstock or glitter cardstock, and it was 50% off and another 20% off all items. So it ended up being really affordable, and the colors are so pretty. Okay, so we have the orange, the white, and let's start with this one. Let's make our square bigger and let's slice these. I think it'll be easier to slice. Okay, so let's take this to the corner and let's slice that little piece over there. And we'll just go around. So you see that piece? And then I just move it out of the way. And then I'll do, man, that little piece is so tiny. I don't even know if it's worth it. You know, I'll deal with it in a second. Let's see if it's worth it. We'll cut it and then we can, if it's so small, we won't deal with it. Okay, that little piece. So let's highlight those two, slice. Oh, and I cut off. Did I cut off a piece? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, there's that. Let's remove that. Okay, our next piece. And you only want to get one item in at one time, okay? There. It's kind of slow this morning. Okay, here we go. Slice, and we're getting that little bird-shaped piece. You know, I'm like really concentrating. Okay, let's see. Let's get this little piece here. And let's slice. I mean, if you didn't want to do it piece by piece, you can group it. If you're okay wasting that cardstock, I'm not making any judgments. Like for instance, you know, if you thought these two were close enough, and which they very well may be, I will do that. I'll show you what I mean. I will slice two items at one time. Okay, and let's slice that. So these two, when they go to the mat, they're going to stay connected. But I'm okay with that because look, I can probably put this piece in between and still save some cardstock. Okay, let's go and get this guy up here. So slice. And happy Halloween. My daughter is 4.5 and we will be trick-or-treating as a family for the first time. My husband is usually at work, but today, because it's on a Thursday, he was able to, he'll be home in time for us to go trick-or-treating together. All right, slice. Just small talk while we're slicing away. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay. Let's do, oh my gosh, these two together. See, this is what happens. I start to get lazy as we go on and I start to group things together. Okay. Slice. And, okay. I hate when it's slow. It's like there's a lag. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around because I want to get this guy over here, this big piece. Come on. Okay, there we go. Let's delete that one. Move that big piece up. And it's not even that big. Gosh, it's 2.3 by 3.3. Okay. All right, what do we have left here? Oh, you're killing me. Okay. Do we slice? Do we contour? I still have the piece here, so let's slice a little bit more. Here we go. And you see, I like using one big square instead of one small square and then getting another square and another square. So I'm not sure if this was faster than contouring, but contouring would have been duplicating, I don't know, 13 pieces, and then I'm not sure. I go back and forth. Delete, go away. Oh my gosh, okay, there we go. Move. And I have good internet. This is crazy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just try this. 2. Oh, it's taking forever. 3. 4. Yeah, I think it's just a bad time to do this video, but you get what I'm doing. Basically, you know, you just want to separate all the pieces, like this orange piece, because you don't want this hanging out here by itself. I mean, first of all, unless you had big cardstock, which this wouldn't even work. You know, you just want to be able to, because then this can be, you can put these 3 pieces all in the eyes right here, and you can cut it with the face. It's super efficient. I won't keep you on this video because it's so slow right now, but I think you get the picture. I think Let me see if I can go to make it. Oh, it won't even let me go to make it yet. So you can watch my other videos though. What I do is then I move everything onto one mat. I try to make it as efficient as possible before I actually send it to cut. So yeah, I'm going to save it for now, and then I will see you after I cut it, and then we'll assemble it together. All right, thanks guys. I'm saving. You should save too. Okay. All right, see you in a bit.